So in 2000, you decide to go overseas. Why?
I it was, in some ways I love being in Portland,
Mm-hmm.
and I could have been very happy staying in Portland, but I always felt a need to give myself a new kind of a bump or a new challenge. In retrospect, I realized what was happening there, and we can kind of talk about that in another, from another vantage point. But back then, I just knew that when things started getting too comfortable or too easy, I guess it was, that I needed to find a new challenge. I always joke with people, I would say, I'm like a shark. I got to keep moving forward. If I stay in one place, that like a shark isn't getting oxygen or water moving through its gills, it will die, it will suffocate. And I'm kind of like that. I need to always be moving forward, finding a next challenge. One of the reasons, actually, that I joined DEA, that we joined, my friend and I, was its overseas opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
DEA has by far the biggest foreign footprint of any law enforcement, federal law enforcement. I think at any one time, if I remember right, 30% of our workforce is stationed overseas. We're in between, when I was in, I think 60 different countries, somewhere in that range. So we have a worldwide presence. And I always, when I wanted to join DEA, I think it was to always go after the biggest, baddest cartels, traffickers. That's what I always dreamed of doing. And for me, that meant going to the source. I initially had applied and actually been chosen to go to Chiang Mai, which is an office out of Thailand. It's an office in northern Thailand, small office. I think it had 5 agents in it at the time. Again, away from the embassy, they were very independent and having to be self-sufficient because they were so far and isolated. So I was chosen for that, and then it turned out that because of some things that happened, the slot disappeared. They said, Tim, the next one that opens up, just put in for it and you'll get it. But in the meantime, Santa Cruz, Bolivia opened up, which was very similar to Chiang Mai in a lot of ways, in that it was a very isolated office in the eastern lowlands of Bolivia towards the Brazilian border, and it was far removed from the embassy in La Paz. And the agents there were very aggressive, very proactive, were able to operate very independently, and they demanded that their agents be able to do that. Those were really the type of offices that I was looking for.